Hello everybody, I'm Fred, and it's an honor for me to be on stage with the VMworld group. And the topic today I will present to you is vSphere upgrade done right. Everybody of you maybe know this can happen if you haven't prepared for a vSphere upgrade. So you download the bits, click next, install all the vCenter components or vCenter components, and then you get, something isn't working right. So the first question here is, why should a customer upgrade to a newer version of vSphere in its environment? And I identified 5 cases. The first case is software lifecycle. We have at VMware awesome lifecycle metrics. You can find every product with all the end of general support statements. And for example, vSphere 4.1 was end of general support in May 2014. So if a customer is still on 4.x, they need to upgrade to 5 or 5.5 or 6. The second case I identified is hardware lifecycle. And nowadays you can only buy new hardware like an HP Generation 9 server, and the only vSphere version supported at this stuff is 5.1 up to 2. So you need to have 5.1 up to 2 or higher, so you can put it in the same cluster, or you need to build a separate cluster. The third thing is operating system. For example, Windows 10 or CentOS 7 is only supported on vSphere 5 side. So if you want to use this operating systems, you need to update to 5.5 to stay supported. New feature. If a customer wants to use, for example, larger VMDKs, larger VMFS files, or use multiprocessor for tolerance, he needs to upgrade his environment to 6.0 to use these features. And one of the important things, if you are a credit card, plastic card institute, there are some compliance requirements. So you need to be PCI DSS certified, and in the most recent version, there is a requirement, the Secure Circular version 3 must be disabled, and this is only possible in 6.0 update 1. So there are some prerequisites when doing a vSphere upgrade in your environment. So the first one is check your hardware status. So go to the VMware compatibility guide and check if your hardware is supported. But notice that all the stuff there is filled by the vendors. If you find there nothing that fits your need, then check the vendor compatibility hardware. Because from my point, if you find it there, then it's supported by the vendor and by us. Check also all the required firmware and driver versions, because for an HP there is an HP recipe which states this version of driver and this version of firmware must be given so that you are supported. And then check the server, and not only the server, check also RAID controller, NICs, SSD, whatever you have in your server to stay supported. And the last one, check your storage. Check the firmware level of your storage and check how the storage is connected, because there are some storage you can direct connect, there are some storage you can only switch connect to the ASIC host. Next important thing, check your software. Check which version of vSphere you're using. If you're using, for example, 4.0, then you can't direct upgrade to 6.0, so you have to upgrade to 5.5 first and then to 6. Check which other VMware products you are using, for example, View, Operations Manager, or whatever. Check if this software is supported with the vSphere version you will upgrade to. There is a really good interoperability metric at the VMware side. Check which backup software you are using. Yeah? I created for this problem an interoperability metric at my blog, where you can find the most recent backup vendors with the most recent version and at which version which vSphere or Hyper-V version is supported. Check which host OS you're using for example, vCenter, because with every new version, maybe Windows 2008 server is not supported anymore. And check your database versions, especially the version and the service pack level, because for different vSphere version, you have different supported SQL Server or Oracle Server requirements. I think this is one of the most important parts. Read the release notes, because in the release notes you get an idea which new OSs are supported, which new host OSs are supported, and which features may be deprecated. Because if you upgrade from 5.5 to 6.0, you will miss application HA, because application HA is deprecated in 6.0. So if you want to use application HA, you need to stay at 5.5. And my favorite word, RTFM. Before you upgrade your environment, read the documentation, read the upgrade process, and do it as it is described in this documentation. And read also all the what's new stuff, so you get an idea what is new or which feature was changed from the recent version. Check your configure maximums. Maybe you will hit it now, or maybe you will hit it after the upgrade. For example, too many paths, too many LANs, whatever. And we have a great knowledge base articles about sequential sequence of an upgrade. So this knowledge base article describes which components must be upgraded before a vCenter upgrade and which component must be upgraded after the vCenter upgrade. So one important part is also, what does the customer have, or which specific requirement does a customer have? Because I have two customers who migrated from a Windows vCenter to a vCSA, and there are two flings. There is a VCS to vCSA converter and the inventory snapshot fling. But the fling is a technical preview, so you can use it in your test environment, but it's totally unsupported in your production environment. So keep this in mind. And if you do this, if you migrate from Windows vCenter to VCSS, you have also maybe distributed switches. If you have that, or if you have a Nexus 1000B, you need to migrate everything from the distributed switch to standard switches, migrate the host to the new vCenter, and put it there to a new created distributed switch. I put there some links of knowledge base articles and white paper which describes this process. And then ask you the question to which version of vSphere you will upgrade, because if your decision is between 5.5 and 6, and it depends on your vSphere environment. If you have a lot of hosts, then you need some time to upgrade the whole environment. And maybe if you are finished with doing the upgrade to 5.5, for example, it is maybe a half year away from the life cycle. So you need to start a new upgrade to 6.0, which would be a little bit ridiculous. So plan ahead of time and search to which you will upgrade. During the upgrade process, what is the most important to do? Upgrade the required components first, like the backup, VMware external applications like View, Operations Manager, whatever, and 1 kV. Then upgrade the vCenter. Always upgrade the vCenter first. Then upgrade all the hosts. Use custom images if available, or you can also create custom images made by yourself. Upgrading VMware tools or upgrading virtual hardware is, from my point of view, optional, because you can use older versions of VMware tools with newer versions of vSphere, but you can also plan ahead of time and you can install newer VMware tools versions in your new templates. And if you need to upgrade the virtual hardware, keep in mind, upgrade your virtual tools first. And for the end, just after the upgrade, have some employees get trained on new stuff like install and configure a fast track or a bootcamp. Do a certification and check that your employees have the skills to do the upgrade and to operate the newly upgraded environment. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. I will be around here, so if you need some further information, just hit me and we can discuss it. Thank you very much.